Welcome to All About the Gers. Brought to you by our sponsors. The JR Group. Plugged In Business Solutions. DB Dental Care. Reflex Blue. The Right Software. Dev Provider. And Avia Signs. Our chosen charity partner is the Second Chance Project. We are now official agents for the Rangers Lotto. Find out more at www.allaboutthegers.co.uk.
Hello and welcome to All About the Gers. It's myself, Ricki, Neill, joined by Charlie and Derek. Big thank you to all our sponsors again for helping us get the show on air. To be honest, guys, I'm totally scunnered. I found it hard to even write anything for the show. You can see my paper. I'm normally a wee bit organised, but it's like blank. What do you think about the weekend?
It was horrible, wasn't it? Absolutely. It was horrible. Still trying to kind of relate to what happened, to be honest with you, Ricki. After the Saturday afternoon, when you get a result, obviously Celtic and Aberdeen draw, you're thinking, right, we've got an opportunity. It's presented itself, which I didn't see it coming, to be honest with you. I thought Celtic might win that game comfortably. So, what I was thinking Saturday night was I was looking forward to the game on Sunday so much, and I'm thinking, right, we're going to obviously the punters will be there. I knew the kind of weather, but I looked at everything. I'm looking at the weather. I know that Storm Ashley and all that was coming across. We know about the
I wish it came earlier.
I know the plastic pitch and all that. So we know what it is. We know going up against a Derek McInnes side. It's very difficult. You know, he's the way he kind of sets his team up, very organised, hard to break down. So we know all that. But you're expecting the boys to be absolutely at it 100%. And what we got was it was absolute drivel, wasn't it? It's just not what I expected. See games like that, you've got to treat that kind of like a cup semi-final or a final, when you've got that opportunity to close the gap, gain a wee bit of confidence, gain a wee bit of momentum, and we were just so way off it. It was unbelievable. Right. And I'm still scratching my head. I'm still trying to get it. I'm watching wee clips of it. I can't believe that the guys went out. And I'm talking about everybody concerned. I'm not just talking about the players. I'm talking about the manager, the coaching staff, everybody concerned. You need to up your game big time, because it's too important for the punters that will put up with so much over the course of the last number of years. But what we expect is a hell of a lot better than we got there on Sunday. It just was nowhere near where we should be.
Do you know, Charlie, obviously Philippe Clement said a few times that it's all going to come together November. And before the international break, I thought, this is one of the best times I've actually seen Rangers play, like a couple of games. And then it's just went the total opposite.
Sunday, I seen the last 20 minutes, one of my teams were playing out at Airdrie, so I raced back like a maniac to get into the 20 club to watch the last 20 minutes, and I wish I didn't. It's reminiscent of Gerrard in October or November when it was, Giovanni, November, October, whenever it was, and Bale. For me, the players have chucked it. There's not enough Scottish guys in my team. The players on the plane for Clement, definitely not. It can't be anything else. And I really want Clement to do well. I know we all do, but we've it's not as if we've got any like shape to our play. We've not got any direction. There was no like urgency. At least people run about, want to work hard and getting into biting tackles and running beyond people. I just believe. I think if Rangers had a board the new at the moment, I think Clement would be away. That's how bad. I just don't think he's getting what he wants out of the players, and I know he's been in a shoestring budget. Some performances have been okay. Malmo's probably been the best one. Casemiro, he's got to be in the team. The boy's got to be playing in the team. Sterling's got to be playing in the team. I know they've got wee niggles or whatever, but get them in the team. Forget these guys, sports scientists, idiots talking about playing. They can't play 2 games a week. The players should know. If Sterling can't play in that team with energy and the strength and the running ability he's got, and Casemiro can't be playing left back, push Jeffrey up one, put Bajrami in behind the striker, or play bloody two strikers. We've got to change. We can't just play the same system. It's not working. St Johnstone, it was a horrible game. We went 2-0, but it was horrible.
Yeah.
The fans have had enough. I just, me as a fan, us ex-players, you as a fan, I think the club is in a very, very bad place, and I really think we need to bring in Dave King or somebody like that just to get us organised at the top of the top, get us going right in the pitch, and we need some stability and some way to go forward. At the moment, it's not even one step forward, it's like half a step forward and forward back.
See how you said about the managers lost the team. Same thing happened, was it last October you said as well?
October, Gerrard, Giovanni and Bale, it's the same every time.
See, when that happens, do you think there's a kind of ringleader in the squad that does that?
Well, and I'm not going to blame Tav, because I like Tav and he's been a great servant. But Tav's been there with Oiram, then Raskin since Bale. There's been a few there for Giovanni. I think if you're a new manager, for instance, if McInnes got a job, I'm just saying, for instance, he would just have to rid the ones that have been there for 4 or 5 years, rid every one of them, get them out, and then he'd just have to build a new team. But there's no money, and so they're going 3 points behind, we've ended up 6 points behind.
The problem is with the manager, he's, to me now, I mean, that's just over a year now, you can tell he's stubborn. You can sense for not just us, even other podcasts, even that you speak to the fans, we're crying out for a kind of a different system. Tav, I mean, I get that you like Charlie and all that, and he's been brilliant for us, but at the moment he's been way off it for the start of the season. He's our captain, he's our leader, that's who we look to. Now, I'm not just picking Tav, because you could have a go at every one of them, but it's the manager who's got to have a good look at himself as well, because his job is to get them playing individually at the top of their game and collectively, and he's not doing it at the moment. I look at some of them, this is where I think Charlie's coming from. Some of them look disinterested, they look unsure of what job they've been asked to do. Even for the first time this season, wee Barron looked a wee bit off it, which was dead surprising. Diamandi doesn't know if he's coming or going.
Derek, see that's the problem. See in midfield,
don't know their role.
See when you've got Diamandi and Barron and Lawrence there, the three of them can't just all go and press the ball. See if you have 3 people go and press the ball, and you've not got Bajrami, who isn't the hardest worker, or Cherny certainly isn't the hardest worker, they're not going to fill in a wee area for you, because they're leaving so many gaps in the middle of the pitch. They're just all, it's like under 10s, we're just running after, there's a ball, we'll go and run after that. And there's so much gaps in behind. It was like the Leon game, so many gaps. And he's not we're not compact enough, we're not winning second balls, we're not getting close to enough to people. There's no urgency, there's no, I'm going to go and win this header, I'm going to go and win this tackle, I'm going to go and beat a man. Cherny tries to beat a man, and he's not got pace to go outside, so he cuts in, and the guy just ragdolls him and takes the ball off him, and then he doesn't run back, chase the guy back, and counter-attack right away.
Because you noticed when it went to 90 minutes, and they put the board up for 6 minutes extra time, they were passing about in the back as if there was no urgency at all.
But we don't, even you're talking about that, there's no urgency, we don't dominate games. It's terrible to say it, I know, it's like a lot of the other punters as well. Didn't fancies in Sunday, for some reason, and that's horrendous, that's shocking. And the fans are quite right to vent their anger. But listen, the thing I know with Clement, and you just says it, it's a bit of a shambles, isn't it, at the minute, because he's not got anybody to answer to. No, so if I'm a chairman and I'm looking at that, and that's what my manager and my backroom staff are giving me, because that's what we see on the park. If that's as good as they can give us at this stage of the season, when we were promised, we were going to kind of kick into gear at this time, he's way off it. He's not answering to anybody, and that in itself is an absolute. Well,
see, the
nightmare.
thing is, do you think? I believe if King was there, he'd be sacked. If King was the chairman, and And I don't want him. So I just want a better performance for the team. I want the team to be playing better. I like Clement. I think he's got some, but then he annoys me with some of the things he says. But
do you know something, Charlie? We were see the gig we were at a couple of weeks ago at Whiteville. Was it Whiteville? We done it, and it was right at the end. The guy asked me the question, "Do you still think Clement's the man?" And I said, "Aye." I says, "Aye, we've got to put our faith in him. I believe he will turn it around." But now, after watching that and seeing, because see, let's not kid ourselves. See that Hibs game as well. The Hibs game, we got away with murder in that game. We were very lucky to win that 1-0. The alarm bells were set ringing. Of course, they were after the Celtic game, and then we says we went on a run. But that run of games that we've won domestically, it's been okay. We're just getting out of the line. Rangers is more than that, Charlie.
I know, 100%.
See with what we've got at our disposal, we should be dominating games. We should be winning games with a wee bit of style. And it's nothing there at the moment.
we've scored one a week
One
ago?
away.
Which is that stat
Right,
come out.
but what I was going to say is, Clement, as Derek said, there's nobody to answer. There's nobody there. I believe if King was, he'd probably be sacked now. But obviously, we've not got the money to give the guy a new 4-year deal. But he won us a cup last season. He should have won us a league. His hands have been tied around his back. But do you think the club, the guys who run the club now have just went, right, we've got the season ticket money, we've got the Europa League money,
My Gers.
we've got my Gers, everything like that, and going, well, the fans have already paid the money, so we don't need to sack him this season. They've already got the money, if you know what I mean. Is that maybe
Do you think when Clement first got the job, he knew the kind of financial status that he was up against?
Oh, he didn't. He said it, didn't he? He said it, didn't he? And I believe that, because who would have come into a mess? It was already a terrible mess to get told he's getting nothing to spend in the summer practically as well.
There's a sniper saying Clement, in his opinion, has coached any creativity out of these players, and what he tries to do with the players is make them utility players, and most of all, he has his favourites as well.
Well, Czerny starts, man. Czerny's bloody... Oh, man. Hadji's better than Czerny, Bajrami, and he's got to play two up in Dessers and Ngami. Play the boy in Ngami. Give him, play him, man. Bloody hell, man.
Aye, I mean, there's so many areas. You talk about that creativity, but it's the pace up top as well. We see at the top level. I'm here in Europe. I mean, we're going up against FCSB. It's Stoya Bucharest on Thursday. Listen to a wee bit about them today, and I think what they're blessed with is pace and wide areas up top. We've not got that. That's what you need. See at the top level, you need that. You need good players, but you need that pace as well. We have not got that. Listen, I get to a certain point where you're saying, Charlie, his hands were tied, but he should certainly be getting a better tune out of the guys that he's got there at his disposal.
He hasn't any pace, Derek, is what you're saying. All the pace is injured.
See what I'm going to touch on as well. See, sometimes, and he's adamant he's going to play this 4-2-3-1. Right? He doesn't. He's not going to. This is where the stubbornness is kicking in. I just think it's been crying out to get like a Balogun in, a 3 at the back with Balogun, Suter, proper, so you can get the best out of a Yefty. If he's going, because he's going to play Tav. Tav's better further up the park.
It's
of
a
course, we know that.
free, innit?
Aye. So get the players in a wee change of system, but he's not going to do it. So there's no point in even arguing that point. He'll live and die by his decisions. But if he keeps on the way he's going to make it extremely difficult for himself, because the punters are turning up because of just what you're saying. They paid their money already. See if they hadn't, if that was pay at the gate, would you think the attendance would be on Thursday night?
Aye.
Right, think about it.
The players are down tools. We've not got enough Scottish boys in the team. We really need more Scottish players in the team. We really do. And Derek, the two of us were there when there was 80% were Scottish players, and it's a big influence in the team. We need our culture back, as in our own identity. We've got too many foreigners who don't know what the club's about, maybe don't even care, just earning decent money. we've went backward, well backward for last season, and I'm thinking I'm trying to hold on to Clement's saying that we'll be good in November, we'll get better, we'll get better, we'll get better. I think he's been looking at the fixtures and thinking we're going to play some jobby teams and think, right, we can get results and we'll look all right. But the performances have been horrific, and I'm my mates, he looks after him, and I'm kind of trying not to go too hard on him, but his team he had was definitely better last season. This season, at the moment, we could end up losing the league by 20 points.
See that game on Sunday, right? Sometimes you play games and they're horrible, but it's about getting over the line. Now, what that comes down to is a mentality and a character, and that's what they lacked on Sunday. So when you don't get over the line, then you start to, and it's natural, everybody does it, then you start to look at the performances. And for me, I've been at a few games when I've thought the performances have been bang average, to say the least. But a few of them, we've been lucky to get over the line. So that needs to be better, that needs to be improved. His style, we talk about a style. We don't see what we've got at Rangers with the budget, even the budget we've got, right? So forget about Celtic. We should be binning the rest of them in terms of just dominating these games. We don't even dominate the games, and that's a real worry. And now I'm starting to look at one or two that the manager has brought in, and there's question marks there already. So listen, it's what a situation it is, isn't it?
Paul's put up why we never changed formation, and I say it all the time. Rangers don't need to play 4-3-1-2 or whatever we play, or 4.
What do you always say, Charlie, at home? What would you
play? Play two
up?
Even at Kilmarnock on Sunday on a shitey, horrible, astroturf pitch. Let's play 2 up. Let's bump the ball long. Let's win the second balls in their area, in their half, and play for there. Kilmarnock couldn't care less if he strung 3 passes together. Sometimes, as Derek said, you've got to win ugly games ugly. See if we went away and won 1-0 on Sunday, we would have been like, right, okay, it's horrible, it's Kilmarnock's astroturf pitch, we win 1-0, we done it ugly, but there was an energy, there was a fight.
You're right, Charlie, because Derek McInnes knew how Rangers were going.
It was like the first game of last season when Beale turned up.
So he set up. McInnes has set his side up, knowing that because he knew exactly the way Rangers were going to play, and that's where with Paul putting that up. That sometimes you go to throw in a wee kind of grenade, think outside the box, change it up a wee bit. I know Charlie's been shouting for that for the start of the season too. Why not? You've got to try something a wee bit different, because if you know it's just going to be the same old. That's how it's so frustrating. But
Derek McInnes' team played Dundee the 2 weeks before they went the break, before the international break. They came back and won 3-2, right? The week before that, a wee guy called David Watts, I think it was his name, comes on as a sub and scores 2 goals.
He's a top player.
Comes on and scores 2 goals against Dundee United and made them 3-1 up.
Volley, it was a volley.
Right? But and it was probably one of their better players against Dundee the week before the break, and they won at Dens Park. But Derek didn't change his system to suit that wee guy. Derek changed his system to make sure Rangers didn't beat us. Derek didn't know that he didn't care about dropping the wee guy. The wee guy probably deserved to play, but Derek went, no, we need to this is the way we're going to play. You're maybe a forward-thinking player, you might get caught out with you in that area. And by the way, the wee guy was on for 3 minutes. I think he kicked the ball at the tap. He scored.
He helped it on.
So do you know, I actually think Derek McInnes will be the next Rangers manager.
Well,
no, he wouldn't go there. Not at this stage. No, the way the club are at the minute, we're in a bit of a mess.
It's back to Cacinha stage. I think it is. I just we can't.
It's incredible.
People are talking about finishing. We might struggle to finish second. We might struggle to finish third or fourth. And we won't. I know we won't. But it's no funny. It breaks my bloody heart, and it's. I thought Clement would have done. I really did. But the thing is, he might win the League Cup again. 2 good performances and might win the League Cup.
That's not good enough, but
no, I know, but
you're judging them winning the league.
But
we're so far off it.
We're so far off it.
I know.
But we might actually win another cup. In 2 games, he could win it.
Going back to that, going back to the game, because we should keep referencing it. You know, you're talking about McInnes as well. See what McInnes has got. down there, he's got impact players as well. See if he goes to the bench, because they've got quite a good squad. But then I look at us and I don't see us with that same impact. And that's crazy, isn't it? Because, and I know we've got a few injuries, I get that. But then again, that's what the manager... See, this is where maybe he should keep his mouth shut, by the way, because he promised us that would be better, the fitness side, that he would sort out the medical department. He just referenced it earlier. I think his decision-making is dictated far too much with the sports science. Sometimes guys have just got to... Listen, you've got to go through
your
the pain
place.
barrier. Aye, you know, you can go on with... Listen, they've got plenty of recovery, they've got all the best everything, but sometimes needs must. So sometimes don't go, the sports scientist says, he needs to come off after 60 minutes. No, you ask the player, can you give another 20 minutes? Give another half hour, give a full game? And I'm sure the players would say, aye, of course I will.
You can have a rest day on the Sunday or the Monday.
Everything isn't scientific. You can get through games with injuries. You can, so I think there's a bit of that as well. It's frustrated me, because he keeps referencing it. He keeps saying, he can only play 30 minutes, he can play 15 minutes. Sterling's a big one.
But Derek, the thing is as well, Cortez is going to cost us £4.5 million. No matter what, we're obligated to buy him.
Yeah.
It's not as if they've got a clause in it. If he's injured, he doesn't play. We're having to buy this guy. And I think he's played 5 games or something. And before the 5 games, I think he had one decent half an hour against Hearts. I'm not a fan of...
And see the reason, right, because we get back to when Beale was there, and as soon as the manager took over, he had a go at the previous regime, saying that their fitness was absolutely shocking. Clearly not fit enough. That's how they pick up injuries. And where are we? Away down the road, it's the same old. So
every manager comes in and says that. Every manager comes in and says they're not fit enough. Not fit enough.
Aye. But the medical
just
side,
instead of coming in and saying, we've got a bunch of shite here, let's try and get rid of this. I know you won't get them on side right away, but you'll try to get rid of this. Aye. And try and get him. Hey, I'm getting rid of this. I need to get rid of him. He's been here too long. We're no successful with this guy. He needs to go. We just kind of hang on to him, and it's the same thing.
Do you know, there's Paul's making a good point, because I don't know if you know, but Lee McCausland was on the bench. He was on the bench because he was getting back after a knock, so he still had a bit of a knock. But why are we not putting a fully fit Lovely son in the bench?
Aye, pace. That's what we're talking about. Pace and power.
Obviously, we don't see what's happening at training, but McCausland went away with his international team and didn't play for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So he's obviously wasn't fit. But just see when you go to Kilmarnock, and I get the idea of the pace and that, I get the idea. See when you go to Kilmarnock down at that rugby park and it's a horrible dry day, windy, buzz blowing all over the place. You don't go and play Chernies and Bajramis. You go with Sterling, Jeff the up one, Kishawiro, make it hard in midfield, make it tight, put 2 up and make the game longer for us, make it higher, make it a fight in their half. But no.
Too loyal to players as well. I think so. Because obviously with Cherny and Tav, they're clear to see. I mean, okay, Cherny get the 2 goals against St Johnstone and that. But see if you go back and look at his performance, right? People think I'm crazy what I'm going to say. His overall performance wasn't that good. There it was. So, but I thought the 2 goals, he probably needed that and he would kick on. But it's no, and I think Charlie's right, because there's certain games for certain players, and they don't look as if they're players that are going to stand up to that type of game. And that's why he's going to change it a wee bit.
Cherny can't play against Celtic. He can't play against Kilmarnock at but the stadium, Rugby Park. He probably could have played Pittodrie, because that'll be a hell of a night for him.
When's he going to play?
I know, that's what I'm going to say. And he go to Tannadice, and he doesn't do nothing at Tannadice. Go to Tynecastle, he doesn't do nothing at Tynecastle. You go to Easter Road, he's going to be like, well, he maybe just play a few games at home. I just don't see where. I really don't.
See when he first signed us, I think it was his first 2 games, I thought, he looks like a really good player.
Looks better than he'd been one.
But then
I said in number 10.
Aye.
But then, like you said earlier on, Charlie, it was like he plays fucking terrible for about 70 minutes, but then he does something that's amazing, or it's like, wow, look at that, and then
the thing is,
it goes back to.
But that's not enough.
I know.
Clearly not enough.
See, Desser's right. Desser's is never a Rangers number 9, right? He works his ass off. But see, and I'm going to stick up for Cherny and Bajrami and the midfielders a wee bit here. See if you've got a guy that plays up front and is not really get any movement, right? Put Ngami on with him, and then at least you might, because Ngami looks stiff, he's got decent movement, he'll go wide. Dessers just shoes
Do you know
in
how
the middle of the
Charlie, you're right. I think he's crying out for a partner, a strike partner up there. Because at the time we just thumped the ball up to him, and that's not even his game anyway. But you're right, Charlie. I think he is crying out for somebody to be running about him. You know, where that's a Danilo, where that's a Ngami, somebody, we need somebody up there, but he's not going to do it, and that's the thing. He ain't going to do it. So I was going to say hell mend him, but I don't want it, you know, because we've got to change. It's got to be better. It's just got to be better than what was in show.
Here's Craig Blythe saying, get Charlie and Derek in the backroom staff. At least you know what they're talking about. What would you say to them at half time?
It's hard because you're going to have to try and motivate guys to go back out in the pitch and try and play for you, and I get that. And the manager, we probably wouldn't be able
I'd
to
question
say
them. I would ask them.
We probably wouldn't be allowed to say what we'd want to say to them because we'd probably get sacked or.
What would somebody Walter like? What
That's what he would. I don't even have went. Is that good enough? What you're giving us out there? Are you fully at it physically, mentally? Are you tuned into this? They're no.
He would have taken.
What would
have probably taken to, and Archie would have been going mental. 2 or 3 players off at half time and went right. And you go, guys.
Dessers would be off the partner shot. He wouldn't last. Tav would have been off as well. They don't see they guys. Even though guys have got reputation, I'm not saying they've got reputations, but it didn't matter who you were, how big a player you were, big a character. If you weren't giving your best, if you weren't producing the goods, you didn't last. You were off the park. That was it's simple, isn't it? If you don't,
but as I always say, Derek, we played with. By the way, we have to get the better of our opponent. We're in player first. We have to be playing against that guy. We have to be playing better than him, and then it takes care of itself. Then if you're playing better than the man you're playing against, then you've got a chance. He's not for today, right? Okay, I'm away from him. It's a wee bit of space somewhere else. Then bang into the loud rope or into Fruity Coisty or bang onto the Hateley or whatever it is. Or else Gaza would just steal the ball off you and just go and try and score himself. But urgency in the game.
Over the players he's just rhymed off here. Know what I mean? There's a difference, isn't it?
Can we turn back time?
Normally, go to urgency, man.
A manager under pressure is he normally starts criticising his players, which Clement has done over the past couple of games. You know, he's saying about Jack Butland. They say Jack is a little bit in no man's land at that moment. And who else you said he's criticised else?
Casabiro, because he didn't come out in time with the defence.
That's normally when they're under stress and maybe starting to feel it.
But Butland wasn't no man's land.
Aye.
If Butland stands in his line, the guy's shot, it just goes into his arms. So, and then sort of get buffed too easy. The ball over the top doesn't get pressed quick enough. That's what the things. It doesn't just go for him, but it goes for the guys no pressing the ball.
I think the manager's got to have a good hard look at himself, you know, and I think he's going to have to. I keep using this word. He's stubborn. He's going to have to listen. We know who's going to the backroom staff. Sometimes you just go away. It's just me. A quiet moment with them individually and ask them, what would you do differently, you know. And then I would go out with that and I would tap into other people, say, have you been watching the games? Or going to watch these games? Is there something is there something I could tweak here? Is there something I could do differently? Because he's not quite getting it at the minute because it's crying out for a wee change. Because the players they're starting to enjoy by the looks of it. Where they're asked to play, how they're asked to play, so something has to change.
But if Clement asked somebody to watch it, you'd go,
Aye.
You've been watching it, how you want me to watch it for?
But you know, because sometimes
I know.
He's that engrossed in it that sometimes you don't see the bigger picture, and that's how.
Well, that's how Lotto went up the main stand sometimes.
Which in it, and we had Durante up the main stand as well. I only worked at the lower levels, right? I asked everybody. I asked the kit man, I asked the bus driver, I asked the tea lady. I said, what do you think? I asked everybody, you know, because it might take us a wee something you might not see. So that's why I'm saying he needs to kind of take a wee sit back, go and tap into some people that he knows and trusts, and get seek their opinion. Is there something he can change?
There's Brian Trench saying, how do the guys see a way out of this shambles? We're repeating the same mistakes year on year, but maybe what you're saying as well, could we maybe not even change the coaching staff, bring more Scottish guys in, like bring Kevin Thompson and people like that back
Kevin
to...
Thompson, why not?
Well, that would just one I
Right,
I just said it there.
right, hit me on the head with a glass bottle, because this is how daft I'm at. Right, see at Ibrox, who's all the ambassadors? Barry. We've got who else did we have?
Big Mark,
right?
John Gregg, and
No, but the other one, John Brown. And I know all these guys.
Hateley.
Aye, so there's a lot of these guys are all there. They're in the background. It's just my opinion, and that's who I would be.
We've got our ex-manager commentates our games sometimes.
You've got Oz. Oz was in.
No, but Coisty commentates the games. He
Aye.
actually.
But that's what I'm trying to say. See, so sometimes people don't want to go and seek advice. They don't want, because they think it's maybe a sign of weakness. It's no sign of weakness. It's just ask everybody, tap into everybody. There's just something they might see or hear. Now I'm talking about all these guys. Look at all the experience they've got. These are top players, right? They've been top players. Some of them have managed at a high level.
Speaking to Alex Ray. Wonder if he's actually.
And Alec as well. Alex there.
He's
Alec
there.
looks frustrated to me. So do you see where I'm going here? Because these guys are all in that stadium. They're all working, but
we've nobody gets lifts the fans off their seats. Nobody you go, oh, he's got the boy, yes. Anybody gets the boy, you go, what the fuck's going to happen next? What's going to happen here? You just, he's going to lose that, and it's going to be a counter-attack. We're going to be 4 against 3. It's just...
so you can't see a way out at the now, but it'll be
it's
the transfer window.
It's a struggle, but things have got to change throughout the club. We've got to have we've got to get a chairman in, because the manager's got to answer to a chairman and to a board, because the guys that are there at the minute, clearly like us, they're not happy. They can't be happy with what they're seeing. So listen, he needs to up his game. Everybody needs to up their game.
Aye, there's RFC 72 says a good point. Gerrard went to Walter Smith when he was struggling.
Now there you go, and that's a sensible thing to do. That's what you do. You go and you speak to people that know the game inside out, that are experienced.
They know the club. People that know the club. Sorry about talking to people who know the game within the game, but no within the club. People who know the club.
But they're all there, Charlie. That's what I'm saying.
But it's no use going and speaking to, for instance, Jose Mourinho about going and doing something at Rangers, because Jose Mourinho's never been in a Rangers environment. It has to be people in that environment where they know how difficult it is to play there.
And that's how I was referencing the ambassadors there. Judy's there, John Brown, your Barry, Big Oz,
Big Marvin,
Big Marv, Big Hateley as well. Come on, look at the experience they've got. They were all top drawer players, so they were. So, and they're clever cookies as well. Right. So you tap into that. Why not? But I don't think it will happen. But I'm just saying sometimes, that's how desperate we are at the minute, isn't it?
Especially for asking Dukey and Marvin Andrews for help.
Well, to be fair,
I love it too. I'm not joking, used to dafties.
No, you're not.
Charlie, the amount of comments that are coming in for used to actually go and give Rangers a phone, see if they want some help in coaching stuff. That would be so hilarious. Used to in there, by the way.
We get them at least getting on the pitch with a bit of bite.
Do you know you were talking earlier on about the kind of do the players even bother? Like when you're sitting on the bench and you're getting like 18 grand, 20 grand a week. See what you told me before, Charlie, that your wage, you used to get more for your win bonus.
My win bonus was more than my wage.
Aye. And there's the thing. Well, I tell you what, if they're only going to put the effort in and give you everything on game day, well, you're going to bin next morning then. You're going to earn your money. And people go, that's old fashioned, you can't do that with them. Well, I tell you what, I'm
run them.
but because you've got to. But then that's that's a manager's job. Because some guys react to getting a bawling, shouting and bawling at them. They react in the right
Derek,
way. Some
see-
of them go into a,
See
you know
if
what it's like.
See if they gave me
they cower.
18, 20 grand a week, I'd give him my whole 5 minutes, and it'd be everything I had, but I'd give him the whole 5 minutes. It's probably more than,
First 5
it's
minutes.
probably more than what some of them are doing now, but it'd be
Can
my
I
whole
tell
5
you,
minutes.
if somebody was to give me 18 grand, I shouldn't even be saying this. I'd kneecap people for that.
There you go. If you need anybody kneecap, just
a job.
get in touch.
No, that no. But you know where I'm trying to go with that, innit? It's like it's mad. So it is. So that's why it's so important at a club like Rangers that you get the right characters in as well. That the money's important to them. I get that, and for their families. But it doesn't matter. They'll go and they'll give you everything.
I say it again. We need Scottish personnel there.
Do you know there's loads of people saying that? They're wondering if that's what's missing because they don't know the whole history about the club and everything and how much it means to be a Rangers fan. There's Ali Quinn saying wee Martindale would get us going.
It would definitely give him a screaming anyway.
God, and here's me thinking I didn't have much to talk about tonight, but we've got loads. What's coming up in the chat now? Obviously, we go out on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc. But there's about 90% are wanting Clement out. Is it too early to think that? Do you think, or still give him another
As
chance?
I say, I played with his agent in Belgium, and I want him to succeed. I really do want him, because I seen how happy they won the cup final when they win the League Cup. And I don't like sack managers because we're not going. We shouldn't have been down the road as the Celtic done already years ago and whatever. Is it the players are that bad, or does the manager not have a clue, or is it a bit of both, or I don't know.
It's, by the way, we need to be careful because even though John's in there, John Gilligan, interim, I don't know if even an interim manager you can make that decision, but results dictate, and it's no sometimes. But I keep going on about it's not just about the results. The performances have got to improve big time, and if they don't over the course of the next 3-4 games, because we've got big games. I think we've got a week tomorrow. We're up at Pittodrie.
Yep.
Massive. So it is.
Won't be St Mirren Sunday, Thursday night.
No, I mean St Mirren. We should be pretty confident getting into that. They've just been battered with Hearts 4-0, but it's
So
Aberdeen.
they'll be a wee wounded animal as well then.
Aye.
But we have no pace in our team. We have no pace. No pace.
He needs to find a way.
We seem to lack ideas as well.
He needs to find a way to improve the performance levels, and he needs the victories. If it doesn't, it's because you can't run with that.
And I'm not talking about Matondo pace. I'm talking about we've no pace in the whole team.
No.
Anywhere on the pitch.
No, that's what Scott Wright used to be good as an impact player. Bring him on in the second half.
Little impact,
pace. Aye, but that's what we had. This Curry Munchers can get David Robertson in to sort the bunch of lightweights playing. He would either improve or end up in the general.
And Multan or whatever, Pakistan. Is it India, Pakistan?
Aye, have you watched that
Kashmir?
documentary?
Aye.
Oh, it's brilliant.
See that one he turned and it was a lane and it was full of these dogs.
Dogs.
Hullers, I'm like, what are you doing? You're a crackpot.
It was his dinner.
Not that I don't like dogs or anything, but there was wild dogs and he's not born his backside.
You're not even meant to walk the streets yourself. And
And he's
He's in the border of
he's
Pakistan and India.
aye.
Kashmir.
Is he still there?
No, I don't
No,
think
is he
so.
back now? But no, the documentary was brilliant. But I don't think
It was great, aye.
I don't think that kind of coaching style is allowed over here now. Everybody would be up in front of an HR and
Your agent would be. The agents would be gone mad.
right. We've got a European game on Thursday.
Aye, I know.
Can't wait.
I just hope still
I've got the fear.
reserve team.
I've got the fear. So I have. My God.
They did mention something about that,
I
didn't they?
think 5 players on the travelling, aren't they? No, 5 starters because I've got. I think they're playing Rapid Bucharest this weekend.
Oh, by
as
the
well.
way, aye, and their chairman.
No, he picks a
He
team and
picks
calls
a
it, or
team.
he calls
He
the
doesn't
shot.
even go to the games. He sits and watches the telly and makes the decisions. Just phones him up, say right, get him off at half
And
time.
he's talking about the captain. He said the captain thinks he's a referee. He said if you want to be a referee, go and get a referee's licence and be a referee.
So the chairman's supposed to be he's a bit he's way out there by the way. So he is, but that's unbelievable, isn't it? He's got 2 ex-players, I think they were top players that coach him. But he makes decisions. Does a press conference as well on Mondays and all that, and because I was listening to one of the guys a day was saying that. Says he just slaughters the players if they're not producing the goods. But they're playing well at the minute. They've won their last couple of games, so
That's all we
Ah,
need to hear.
they've got another derby on Sunday. I think they play Rapid Sunday. They beat Dynamo Bucharest last week. But they did say that there's 5 other players that aren't coming.
So, because he did say that, was it last week as well? I'd seen something in the paper that he was resting players because he
Because
didn't.
they've already got 6 points, so do you think they've got
Aye.
a chance?
We should maybe rest some of yours and get some of the younger boys in. No, it's a hard one to kind of judge. Because how do you lift a team?
Well, what we've got to go off to a good start, haven't we? We've got to get the fans going because the fans are ready to turn. That's the other thing, isn't it? The fans are just about ready to turn. They put up with a hell of a lot, didn't they? But
it's the day before the milk's out tomorrow. The milk's out tomorrow.
so listen, it's got to be a good start. We've got to get our noses in front because can you imagine if we don't start well and we go behind, the mood in the stadium, because it isn't great at the minute. So there's only certain people who can change that, and that's the manager and the players. So it's up to them.
See if we start the way we started against Leon, and
No.
don't go keep on going gung ho the way we did, and kind of start like that, bang, get us into a shape, but be on the front foot. Then the fans will get behind them, and it was a great wee start against Leon, although their outstanding players just turn over. But we can't be playing like a basketball match again.
It's just a worry that they've got pace in their side, and that's a worry. Pace in the wide areas. So it could be a tough night. It's one of them we should be looking forward to. We're going, oh, it's going to be great and all that. So it's just the kind of mood of the whole place at the minute. The mood in here as well. Normally I come up here and we're kind of we're kind of buzzing, isn't we? Because we haven't seen each other for a week and we're wanting a wee laugh and a joke as well. But it's just it drags you down, doesn't it?
It does.
Aye. I mean, I fell out with everybody, I think, because I had. I turned to drinking Sunday after then.
Was that a red?
I had
Oh,
to.
no.
I was lip. So, and that's no the cleverest thing to do. So, I'm in the dog's house as well. So it's not been good. It's not been a good few days. So, and it makes such a difference to your life.
It does.
You got, didn't you? We go about a spring year step. I'm going to my wee local gym. See some of the older guys. They're all Rangers daft. They're all buzzing. But then you see them. Well, some of them aren't even there today. They don't even want to go out.
Do you know the worrying thing is the amount of season ticket holders that I know that aren't going to the games anymore?
A boy I know, he said he wasn't going to the game on Thursday, so he gave the boys ticket, and the boy phoned him back and says, can I give you that back? I don't want to go. That's just not on. That's not where we should be at. But Thursday night we can get a good solid result, a clean sheet, and we'll take any 3
We need
points.
positivity, don't we? We need something to grasp onto. We're capable, but they've just got to, it's just that performance. Do you know something? Sometimes you get beat, right? You can't always win games, but it's that old saying, there is a way you get beaten. Go down fighting, biting, scratching, but there was nothing.
Right. Here's a nice wee interesting start, maybe a bit more positive.
Aye, come
Saying
on.
that, I can't remember what the results
I
were,
lost
but
1-0 and
What
I
he
lost
was.
1-0. Daniel Prodan scored the winner in the 96th minute or something.
Ready Teddy Bell saying Charlie played against in
I played
1995.
in Eric Bucharest. I played.
Was it? In 1995, and Derek played in 1988. Can you remember
He
the
get
score?
beat 2-0. We get beat 1-0.
I think that's the one Coisty had just got his cartilage done and he come back within 10
That's
days.
the one.
Was that-
Still Bucharest. I'm sure that's the year Still Bucharest.
Had you
European
you
Cup.
played that?
Yeah, that's Lakatush when Soon as done
by the
Lakatush.
way, he was different level, man.
Aye.
He was different gravy.
They won it that? No, was it?
When is Hadji
they won
back?
it in 86?
Sorry, when is your Hadji back?
Was it a 2-match ban?
It's a 2-match,
Nah, he should
so
be back.
Judy, aye.
No, he misses Sunday.
Is he missing?
He missed Sunday as well. Aye.
Alright, well I'm afraid that's...
Maybe get McCoy's back, Haley back.
Aye. They're probably doing a bit
By
of job.
Oz.
Anyway, hopefully next week
Cheers,
will be
guys.
more positive. But just before we go, I forgot to actually show that you can go in and buy the new official Poppy Scotland Rangers badge. You just go to the Poppy Scotland website. I think it's only about £5, but a few people have bought them and they are cracking. We did have some on the table here and we were going to give them away as a competition, but they seem to have disappeared.
Disappeared there.
Disappeared. Don't know what happened there, but yeah. Once again, thanks for watching and thanks to all our sponsors, and we'll be back next week at 7 o'clock. All right, take
Cheers,
care,
guys.
Cheers.
Brought to you by our sponsors. The JR Group. Plugged in Business Solutions. DB Dental Care. Reflex Blue. the right software, dev provider, and AVIA Signs. Our chosen charity partner is the Second Chance Project. We are now official agents for the Rangers Lotto. Find out more at www.allaboutthegers.co.uk.